Jen Kerns is a great gal, Republican strategist, contributor to The Hill, former writer for the Republican presidential debates. Jen, welcome back to the show, girl.
Yes, thank you. I'll be tuning in tonight to the Democrat debate.
What
I
do you
hope
think?
they're as hard on the candidates
no.
as we were
We were saying
over at Fox News.
Wolf Blitzer always sounds so scared when he talks. Wolf Blitzer.
he is, but you know what? Wolf's, I think, a good journalist. I want to be objective.
Yeah.
Who else can they use at CNN?
Well,
Who else they gonna use?
when I saw it was Wolf, I said, hey, there might be a chance that the first question out of the gate is, Bernie Sanders, do you really believe a woman cannot win the election?
Yeah. Good.
If Wolf Blitzer does not ask that question,
Wolf Blitzer. He's a pathological liar.
And look, if Wolf Blitzer does not ask that question tonight, CNN is no better than Fox News and Megyn Kelly when they ask the tough question of Donald Trump about women.
Yeah.
Bernie deserves that question tonight.
You think he'll get? I think Wolf's got to do it. I think so.
Got
Well,
it.
I have hope in
I do too.
in Wolf.
I do too.
I mean, really,
He's the last of the Mohicans.
But
over there.
we thought they should cancel the debate because it's racist that there's no people of color. So I think
That's
maybe you think
true.
CNN will probably be a little graphic up. We have canceled the debates because there's only white people here.
Isn't it interesting, the deflection that always exists in the Democratic Party? I mean, look, when I saw the comment that Bernie had reportedly made to Elizabeth Warren that women can't win the White House, it reminded me of, remember the book Game Change by John, what's his name? Heilman and Halperin in 2008.
Yeah.
They talked
Very
about
good.
how Bill Clinton was sitting with Ted Kennedy on the campaign trail, and they said and Bill Clinton said of Barack Obama under his breath to Ted Kennedy, a few years ago, that guy would have been getting us coffee.
Wow.
About Barack Obama. Remember that? I remember how racist that was, and they called Bill Clinton the first black president.
Yeah.
Well, the Democratic Party is all about deflection. Whatever they're saying that you need to do, be fair,
transference.
There's always something deep and dark in their own minds. And Bernie Sanders, sure enough, it came out.
To that point, and not to get gossipy, because Bill Clinton was one of our best presidents. I'm one of those guys.
That's all right.
He was very, very smart, very smart. And not what he did is reprehensible, but now he's been seen on this Epstein plane. The press is giving him a free pass on this thing, don't you think?
I think so.
And I don't want to make accusations.
Yep.
But he just happened to be. There's a picture of him in the plane waving.
Right.
And apparently that's not fake news.
Right. Well, look, in this day and age, you have, Prince Andrew saying, oh, well, that was photoshopped. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Clintons, should they ever speak out on this, which they won't, it'll be like the 30,000 emails that disappeared. We'll never get an answer about it. We'll never hear the real story. I think that's what they would say, that this is fake news, the photo's doctored, Photoshop this day and age. You can doctor any photo.
Yeah.
And those photos, the real photos, are probably in the basement somewhere with the 30,000 emails. But doesn't look good for Bill Clinton and a bunch of other powerful guys.
Of course, we're being objective here. We don't want to end up like Epstein.
Right.
Joe Piscopo was found dead outside his studio. God forbid. God forbid, I'm just kidding.
Don't say it.
No, but I'm telling you, it's just not fair, the back and forth and what they're doing. And now this, I think that, do they talk about impeachment today? What are the Democrats going to talk about? What do they have? Do they have any initiative? Is there an infrastructure? Stress cities. Let's talk about that, if we may. My passion the last 25 years, helping at-risk youth, because they're but for the grace of God. Certainly go I, because my parents, thank God, were there. If I didn't have them there, I'd be right there with them, in a gang. I'd be working for some guy named Rocco. I mean, I'm just saying. The Democrats have abandoned the inner cities around the country. The president is the one. The president, this white Republican now from New York that everybody makes fun of, is doing opportunity zones with Dr. Ben Carson and Mike Lindell, going city to city, helping out the stressed areas.
Right.
Can they ask the Democrats, why have you abandoned the inner cities of the United States of America, Jen?
That would be a fantastic question. This is why you would be a great debate moderator for 2020.
Yeah.
Let me just throw that out there to the debate commission.
We're ready.
Look at the DA that was just elected in the city of San Francisco. Already a city that's a sanctuary city. Let's tell people who this is. This is a guy who was basically raised by Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn of the Weather Underground. Terrorists. He came under their tutelage because his parents were actually thrown in jail. They had like a botched armored car, Brinks. They tried to rob a Brinks truck to fund their terrorism activity when they were putting bombs at the Pentagon and in police cars. And while the parents were in jail, the child was sent to live with Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn, who were with the Weather Underground, Barack Obama's mentors, so on and so forth. And this guy is now the DA of San Francisco. Yesterday, he summarily fired all of the good prosecutors there. These are people, Joe, who, just like you said, cleaned up the inner city, got rid of the gangs in San Francisco, and all of the law and order people. He got rid of them so he could, quote unquote, make room for his management team, which of course are far left progressives. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing.
You know what? Thank you for clarifying that, because I know how bad it was, and I was just talking to Congressman Peter King about that too. It's like when now the Republicans are the bad guys, but do we have a choice? And people go, Joe, you're a pro-Trump guy. I go, well, no, I'm pro-America.
Yeah.
I don't idolize anybody. I just know I see what happened to law enforcement the last 8 years prior to this president.
Right.
And yet we get vilified for crying out loud. You know what's so cool? We're talking to Jen Kerns. She's a Republican strategist, but you were a writer for the Republican debates on Fox News 4 years ago. That's really cool. So you came up with the questions.
Yes, indeed.
That you did, and they would filter through and pick what questions they want.
Yes, indeed.
And you would hammer would you campaign for your questions? I mean, did you have an opportunity to do that?
Absolutely. We were given a few targets of people to really go after and really dig down on. Remember, at the time, there were 17 GOP candidates, the largest in American history.
Right.
So it was quite an endeavor, and it turned out to be the most watched presidential debate in American television history, and something I'm very proud of. So
no, and we're proud to have you here, Jen Kerns. So before we let you go, your prediction. I mean, I always say landslide. Donald Trump will win in a landslide, and with no disrespect to the other side, it's just nobody can touch this guy, I think. But then the pollsters are saying if Wisconsin, I don't know, is up in the air. If Michigan's up in the air. Again, Pennsylvania's up in the air. If the president doesn't take those states, he has a chance to lose. I don't see that happening. What do you see?
I think he could win by an even greater margin than Reagan won. I think he's going to have that big demographic in the middle. He's helped every class of minorities, women, Asians, African Americans,
Latino,
you name it, Latino, across the board. Unemployment is amazingly low, 60-year history. I think he's got a great chance. Ground game is very important. I haven't heard a lot from RNC and Team Trump about ground game. They're trying to do it all digital. My caution is you still got to go ring doorbells and say, Joe, come to the polls with me and bring 5 of your neighbors.
And they listen to the show. I know you're listening.
Good.
I know you're listening.
Good.
Jen Kerns is here. I said the same thing. We're going to break, Al, I know. But but the fact of it, they don't. I think you cannot forget about those lieutenants that were on the ground game. Yeah. And I consider us some of that, because we're just here. We were new on the radio. I was the first guy to say, this guy can win. Mike Gallagher nationally, Frankie Five Boroughs. We said
it was all the talk radio guys. You're absolutely right.
And we hope that the Donald Trump campaign does not forget about that ground game. Well said, Jen Kerns. Right on the money. Great to have you with us, girl.
You too.
Great. You're welcome anytime. Thank you, Jen Kerns, right there. Where can we find you, Jen, online?
Jen Kerns USA on social media.
Boom.